Hello, all you beautiful people, beautiful subscribers. I hope you're having a fantastic day, night, or morning, depending on when you're looking or watching this video. My name is Sid. Welcome back to another video. I have another news to report on, and you're seeing it here on the screen. Its title goes, Saint Seiya, why is the Asgard saga so much better than the battle against Poseidon? Is it really now? Let's go ahead and review this quick article. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. I put out a lot of Saint Seiya content for you guys. This is an anime by Masami Kuruma. And don't forget to drop a like. Let's get this video to 15 likes so that it can be pushed by the YouTube algorithm. With no further ado, my name is Sid. Let's get into the video. Alright, so we're here, and like I said, I'm gonna repeat the title. Is it really that the Asgard saga is much better, not better, much better than the battle against Poseidon? I'll give you my personal opinion at the end, but let's look at the article for now. So, the first thing we see a picture, a comparison of the Asgard saga warriors, god warriors, and the generals, Poseidon's generals. Now it says the Asgard saga is often looked down upon for not being canonical, which is true. However, it is much better than its successor. So just to clear some things here, the Asgard saga, here on the left, Hilda, Siegfried, Alberic, Sid, wink wink, that's me right there. All these guys are they don't come from the manga. They are not creations of Masami Kuruma, and therefore they are solely a quote-unquote filler. Yes, you heard me, a filler from our dear Toei Animation. Why? Because I may be getting ahead of myself, but I believe I did another video on this. I'll put a note to it here. But the reason why Toei came up or had to come up with this filler is because the manga was not done yet. But at the time these episodes were being created, the manga was still being written or drawn by Masami Kurumada and the Poseidon saga, so Toei had to do something to not discontinue the series, I guess. So anyway, let's look at some more pictures here. That's a fine picture. Hilda, Polaris, and the warrior gods, the main antagonists of the Asgard saga. We all know who the God Warriors are, and look at look at the action figures, man. Those are awesome. Super awesome. I never knew Siegfried was like a gigantic man, and let alone Thor back there. He is super extremely tall. He's like 220. If Hagen is already tall, then imagine. Look at Hilda. She looks like an elf, right next to Siegfried. Anyway. It says, although canonical, the Poseidon saga was overshadowed by the emotional battles that the Knights of Athena had against the warrior gods of Asgard. Now here's the thing. True, the warrior gods had their own backstory, their own background, their own reason for fighting, but the generals of Poseidon also had some stories behind, some of them, like for example, Hyoga versus Isaac, or Shiryu versus Krista, right? I mean, it's not just exchanging blows and not cross a single word. They do talk. So let's see what this is about. It says the classic Saint Seiya anime is usually divided into 4 major sagas. The first, usually called the Galactic Tournament, introduces us to the 5 protagonists, the Bronze Knights, fighting each other to obtain the golden armor. Okay, the Galactic Tournament did not have an ending, as the golden armor was stolen by the first villain of the series, we mean the Knight of the Phoenix. After an intense fight, they managed to defeat this renegade warrior and his henchmen, the Black Knights. Yes, that's true, and this thing wants to play something. Let's see. I'm not gonna allow any sound because I don't want this getting copyrighted. But anyway, I think something happened so it went away. So anyway, it keeps saying from this point on, the anime becomes uninteresting. Whoa, I wouldn't go that low or that far as calling it uninteresting, dude. I mean, sure, I mean, You got the Black Knights, you got the Black Pegasus, the Black Andromeda, the Black Cygnus, Black Dragon, and then you got the like Misty, and the other, like the Abysmal Warriors, I think they're called. They're not canonical as well, but come on, man. And then you got the Silver Knights, the Silver Saints. Are you telling me that's uninteresting? No, completely disagree with this article. Now it says, okay, it keeps reading. From this point on, the anime becomes uninteresting, as Toei, the company that animated the series, included many filler chapters. Huh. Okay. It was not until the appearance of the Silver Knights that the series became attractive again. Okay, whatever. I still disagree, man. I mean, sadly, the Silver Knights, except for a few, did not demonstrate the power that a warrior of their rank should have. Now, that I agree with. True. I mean, the first Silver Knight, Misty of Crocodile, is it? Of Gator or something like that. He demonstrated his power against SEIYA, but following ones were just cannon fodder, I guess. It says the good news is that we were introduced to the villain of the next saga, the Patriarch of the Sanctuary. Okay, that's one way of saying it. There is no doubt that the Sanctuary Saga, also known as the 12 Houses, is the most remembered part of Saint Seiya. This is because the 5 Bronze Knights had to fight against the 12 Golden Knights, who on paper were vastly superior. What do you mean on paper? Alright. The Sanctuary Saga gave us memorable chapters, even though some Golden Knights were characters without the background. What are you talking about? Oh man. I mean, come on, guys. Do you agree, guys? I mean, really? I'll read that again, just in case something passed by me. The Sanctuary Saga gave us memorable chapters, even though some Golden Knights were characters without a background. Okay, so let me ask you, which Golden Knight does not have a background? Which one? Is it Mu? Is it Aldebaran? Maybe? I don't know. Saga? Death Mask? It says, fortunately for Masami Kurumada, the creator of Saint Seiya, of course, the children identified with them by the design of their armor and their techniques. Now that I'll give you, that's true. When I saw the series, I was 12. I was but a child, and I remember drawing the 12, all the armors. I used to record them on my VHS, the episodes one by one. And every afternoon after I saw the episode, I would play back the cassette. I would pause it whenever the armor would show on screen, and then I would start drawing it. I actually have a notebook somewhere. I promised I'd show that. I haven't shown it in my channel, but I promise you, if you want to see the notebook, it's very embarrassing. But go ahead and get this video to 15 likes. If it reaches 15 likes, I'll make a video in me showing the notebook I talk about with all 88 armors, back from when I was watching the series. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I really identified myself because of the armors. The armor design is brilliant, and I have Toei Animation to thank for that. And yeah, not to mention their techniques. It says, once the Battle of the 12 Houses ended, Toei had to animate the saga against Poseidon. However, this part was not yet complete in the manga. See what I mean? I told you. So to give Masami Kurumada time, it was decided to add several filler chapters, hence the Saga of Asgard. To the surprise of all Saint Seiya fans, these chapters did not have the same quality as the filler presented at the beginning of the series, but were vastly superior. The Saga of Asgard became the favorite of many and left the fence very high for its successor. Yeah, true. And I'm gonna attempt to play this here. We're going to be seeing the first chapter of the Asgard series, and this is where quote unquote Sid, that's me. I appear. That's me right there, man. I appear before the Grout Foundation mansion, and I'm here. I'm there to. I go there to take Saori's head, to behead her. And then, well, you know, for all of you that've seen the series, the saga, you know what happens there. You know, he attacks and he defeated Aldebaran. He's a badass. Anyway, continuing on, we're not here to see the. I don't want to get that the video copyrighted. It says, "Why is the Asgard saga so good? There are several points why this exclusive anime saga surpassed the canonical work of Masami Kurumada. I'll tell you right now, man, it's the drawings. Thank you, Shingo Araki, Sensei Shingo Araki, and Michi Himeno, his partner, I understand, still living. They both came together and created the most awesomest of drawings that I've ever seen in a series, and the animation. Do you guys agree? The animation, like the way their hair moves with the wind, the poses, heck, the actual armor. I think they had to do something with it. So it says, I will try to explain them very objectively. The first, without a doubt, it is the new design that the main character. I told you, man. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So it is the new design that the main characters had. The most shocking thing about the first chapter is that they show us the 5 bronze knights wearing their new armor, popularly called V2. I'm not sure about that. Bronze 2. The renewed appearance of the protagonist refreshed the series and was well received by fans. And of course, we see this is like an extract of when after the battle of the 12 houses. The Gold Knights powered their blood on top of the broken armors, the lifeless armors, and then they came back to life with a new shine or whatever. I'm not gonna play it. I don't want this video to be copyrighted like the last one. So it says the story is another point to highlight in the Asgard saga, since the internal war that was lived in the sanctuary is left behind, and they focus on presenting a holy war against a female villain who was the reincarnation of the god Odin. That's Hilda. Hilda de Polaris was introduced at the beginning of the series as a kind of Athena whose mission was to prevent the ice of her country from melting. True. She was praying in the frozen ocean of Asgard. Being possessed by the ring of the Nibelungs, Nibelungs? Her personality changes and she decides to conquer Earth with her warrior gods. So this scene right here is super powerful. They present the warrior gods one by one. I'm gonna just see if I can forward this real quick. Let's see. I want to see Siegfried, man. This is like the most bad out of the 7. Let me know down in the comments the best god warrior. Siegfried, and I suck at saying his name. Dovey, double alpha Dovey. I don't know, man. Here we go. Let me just watch this scene. And Hilda says something like, "The most courageous warrior, Siegfried. I will honor your armor of double alpha Dovey." That drawing I did attempt to draw it many times, failing miserably. I'll show you why when I do the other video about the notebook. So here's another positive point, and they are the warrior gods. All of them, without exception, had a motivation to fight. That's true. Some did it out of love, some others out of ambition, like Alberic. They weren't generic villains who were the bad guys for no reason. True. This depth caused many to become fond of them. That's true. Just like what's this guy's name again? Fenrir, sorry. There's another name for it in Spanish. I saw it in Spanish originally, so don't blame me. Sorry about that. Who did not feel sad when hearing the emotional story of Fenrir of Aliot, the warrior god who did not trust people. Yeah, as a child, this character saw his parents die at the hands of a ferocious bear and was saved by wolves that made him part of their pack. Yes, so true. Or the story of Mime of Bennett Nash, the warrior god who at the beginning was shown as a cold-blooded character, but who ends up revealing that he felt great regret for murdering his adoptive father, who had accidentally killed his real parents. True. The same goes for... Oh, you are going to be learning something about your host here, guys. The same goes for Cid de Mizard, wrongly spelled, and Bud of Alcor, two twin brothers who were separated at birth. The former was raised by his real family, and the latter was abandoned in a forest to later be adopted. By chance of fate, they both get to know each other, and that is where their rivalry is born. Something like that, something like your host. That's why I decided to name my channel, or name myself, Cid. If you are also interested in knowing my story, my God Warrior story, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, or simply drop a like. But remember, we're liking the video to make the other video about the notebook I have for the 88 armor. So if you want to know about my background, my personal God Warrior story, leave a comment saying I want to know your background. Anyway, moving on, the 3 points mentioned above, as well as the excellent music that accompanies these chapters, made the saga of Asgard memorable, to the point that the expected battle against Poseidon was overshadowed. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of information in this article. I guess they now move on to Poseidon. Let me see. Poseidon, a repetitive saga that was not well developed. Oh man. So here's what I'll do. This video has, been going for long enough already. I'll make a part 2. And see what they have to say about the Poseidon saga. Why is it inferior to the non-canonical Asgard saga? So guys, if you made it this far in the video, all I have to say is express gratitude. Thank you so much, really man, really. If you made it here, thank you. It means a lot to me. That boosts the watch time. Please go ahead and give it a like. Then let's see if we can get this video to 15 likes. And if we do get to 15 likes, I'll make that other video like I promised, about myself showing the notebook where I have all the 88 armors drawn. I promise I have that. It's somewhere there, but I have to go find it. Without further ado, my name is Cid, and I'll catch you guys in part 2. Take care.